each other before the championship round, which you would assume is LIU in there. So took LIU minus 110, just a way of looking at conference tournaments, get a number now that you might not get later when those tournaments advance.
That's a great point, Aaron, especially as you mentioned, and when you look at the bracket and how it has to play out, which teams get buys into certain rounds. I mean, we know that there are some tournaments where the top two teams are already in the semifinals, right? And so you're waiting to see who they're going to play, and then certainly you're getting maybe a better number, as you mentioned, now in the futures market than you would in that game or in the two games that's going to be played. We're talking with our sports betting professor, Aaron Moore, joins us here on the Progressive Guest Line. I'm Scott Seidenberg. It's Cashing Out here on VSiN. As we look at the schedule here on Sunday, it's not a great schedule in college hoops. We have Big Ten action going on here on Sunday. Any plays in the Big Ten as far as maybe any of the two ranked teams that are playing, Michigan State, Purdue, or any other games here in the Big Ten that you're playing here on Sunday?
Yeah, I avoided those better games of the Big Ten. So I took a Big Ten game, Scott. Nothing in the history of Big Ten says anything better than Maryland at Rutgers. So I took the under here, under 141.5. You've got two teams that play rather slow. Maryland obviously has been a very big disappointment in Buzz Williams' opening season, but they do play slow. They keep the pace down. I like this game being at 12 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah. These two teams played about 2 weeks ago. The score was 68-57. Nothing says to me that in the second game now they're going to play any faster than that. So I took the under 141.5, Maryland at Rutgers.
Sticking in the Big Ten, I asked a question earlier to one of our guests who they thought was the biggest competition to Michigan in the Big Ten. Now, he and I agreed on this team that, I'll give you the answer, but I want to hear your answer first. Who do you think is the biggest competition to Michigan in the Big Ten?
Well, it sounds strange saying it right now, but I'll take Illinois against Michigan if we had to do this hypothetical, for the sole reason that Illinois has height. Now, the height didn't do great against Michigan last night, but they have the height. They have the ability to shoot from the outside. So as good as Michigan is, as good as they looked against Illinois, I think if they face each other in the Big Ten tournament or even the NCAA tournament, I'm not saying I'm taking Illinois right now, but I would like the chances of Illinois just from the three-point shooting give you that puncher's chance. Against a team like Michigan, with that Duke game, they just look really hard to beat regardless of the style of play of their opponents.
I took Michigan State. Now, am I crazy for thinking that Izzo, March, tournament tested? I know this team has had ugly losses this season, but I've also seen them win games where I didn't think they were going to come out and play as well as they did. Am I crazy to think that Michigan State could be the biggest competition for Michigan in the Big Ten?
I don't think you're crazy, because obviously the Izzo factor is powerful. The reason I would lean towards Illinois over Michigan State is I think if you're going to beat Michigan with that height, once again, we really saw how well their height is, you're going to have to outscore them. And Duke beat them because Duke has a fantastic defense, and Duke has the height. Yeah. So the problem I would see with Michigan State is they have very good perimeter defense. I just don't know how well that defense is going to go down low against the big guys on the block. So as much as I like Izzo, as much as you want to bet Izzo in March, I'm just not sure of Michigan State's height against Michigan if we're looking at that hypothetical.
Yep, that's fair. We got 30 seconds left. Michigan State, 3.5-point favorites at Indiana. Any lean?
Yeah, I would have to take Michigan State in this situation. That loss of Indiana against Northwestern, that was a tough one. So in this situation, I definitely would lean Michigan State.
All right, the action gets it's heating up, Aaron. We are here. The calendar has flipped to March, and so the madness will soon begin. Always appreciate the time, my friend. Good luck with your bets tomorrow.
Thanks, Scott. Good luck to you.
There he is, Aaron Moore, frequent contributor here on VSiN. He is our sports betting professor who joined us there on the Progressive guest line. I'm Scott Satterberg, always on Twitter at ScottSonair. You can hit us all up on the network at VSiN Live. A busy Saturday in sports, NFL Combine in Indianapolis. We could talk NFL Draft, and we'll preview the Sunday games with our best bets coming up as well. It's Cashing Out right here on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-939-2525. That's 800-939-2525. 800-939-2525.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TURBO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TURBO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TURBO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
A numbers game with Gil Alexander.
The Grizzlies have so many picks coming up in future years, and I know we just said future years are
during the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
You're listening to Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
It's on there. You can hit us all up on the network at VSiN Live in the NBA here on Saturday. Happy birthday, Luka Doncic. For the third season in a row, winning a game on his birthday. Lakers win and cover against the Golden State Warriors, 129-101. Lakers were about 4-point favorites in that game, but now coming up here on Sunday, they will play the second of a back-to-back at home against the team that I like to call the Tancramento Kings, and the Lakers are laying 12.5. Now, do we want to lay 12.5 with the Lakers at home here against an opponent that they clearly should dominate? But do they take this opponent seriously on the second night of a back-to-back? Do we see, certain players get minutes off in this game? It feels like the type of game where I'd be looking at some player props to go under for the Lakers. Because first off, it's a game where they should blow out the Kings to the point where is LeBron and Luka, are they even going to play in the fourth quarter? Or is this just going to be Lakers backups when they're up by 25 to 30 points? I don't know. we saw a Laker blowout here against the Warriors where they won 129-101. And in that blowout, LeBron had 22 points in 28 minutes. Luka Doncic had 26 points in 29 minutes. And you're looking at the, fourth quarter when the Lakers had this game already decided. Let's see. Luka and LeBron in the fourth quarter. What did they do? Here we go. LeBron had 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. LeBron got a rebound, a missed three-pointer, 2 assists, 3 assists. That's it. And Luka Doncic did not play. So it could be a very similar type performance here against a very, very inferior opponent, a tanking team here in the Sacramento Kings. So if I was going to play anything here with the Lakers and the Kings on Sunday, I'd be looking at some player props to go under. I'd be looking at unders on Luka. I'd be looking unders on LeBron because I don't know if they play the full complement of minutes here in this one. They shouldn't have to. Let's just leave it at that. They shouldn't have to. Elsewhere in the association here on Saturday was the Hornets, a 109-93 win over the Blazers. This was an early start time, about 1 o'clock Eastern time. And normally that has been an overplay for me. Like I played the over in the first quarter. This season, including this game going under in the first quarter, the early start times in the NBA, where you would think, hey, this game's going to be an under game. These players are tired. They're fatigued. They're not used to playing at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Those games in the first quarter have been flying over. Even with this game going under here this morning on Saturday, the overs in the first quarter in early start times in the noon to 1 o'clock, 1:30 Eastern time start time window in the NBA this year, 11-3 to the over in the first quarter. And this Hornets-Blazers game could have easily gone over in the first quarter if both teams would have made a couple of three-pointers. They were combined 4 of 24, or 4 of 25, I think it was, in the first quarter from three-point range. I think the Blazers themselves were 0 of 10 from three-point range. So, I mean, hit a couple of threes, hit 4 or 5 more threes, this total easily goes over in the first quarter. We have another early start time here on Sunday, Knicks and Spurs. I would tend to think that this one goes over in the first quarter. First off, on the season, let me just look up this here. On the season this year, I can tell you right now how both these teams have done in the first quarter. The San Antonio Spurs in the first quarter this year have gone, 19 and, that's first half. First quarter overs. Actually, they haven't been, they've actually been an under first quarter team, ironically, this season, which makes sense because of Wemby and the defense. The Knicks, meanwhile, first quarter this year, they have been an over team, 20-16. So they've been over. Spurs have been under. I lean towards the over here. Now, what's interesting is with Wemby clogging up the middle, blocking shots, you have to kind of look at some of the Knicks players and let's see who we can take advantage of as far as their points prop is concerned, because some of these players might have to rely on outside shooting as opposed to driving the lane because they don't want to go in on Victor Wembanyama. And we saw this earlier this week where it was the Spurs against the Pistons, and Cade Cunningham went under his points prop. Cade Cunningham, who, by the way, is the third favorite to win the MVP in the NBA. What a season he has had. But what was the issue going up against the San Antonio Spurs? Cade Cunningham, who finished with, Cunningham finished with 16 points on 5 of 26 shooting. Why? He was 2 of 9 from three-point range because he wasn't driving the basket, because Victor Wembanyama is not going to allow you to drive the basket. You're going to have to rely on more outside shots against the San Antonio Spurs. And so for Jalen Brunson, who's obviously the Knicks' leading scorer, like the heart and soul of this Knicks offense, I don't know if I want to bet like a Jalen Brunson prop to go over. He's at 26.5 points. Because is he going to get those mid-range shots? Is he going to get those floaters the Jalen Brunson famous floater that he gets all the time when he's driving the basket, maybe the better prop angle would be to bet Jalen Brunson three-pointers, because there's going to have to be an adjustment going up against Wemby. You're going to have to say, hey, listen, I know I can't get inside on him, so I'm going to have to shoot more from the outside. Jalen Brunson, three-pointers over, under 2.5. Right now, juiced slightly to the over up on DraftKings at -2.5. Other players for the Knicks, as far as their three-point props are concerned, OG Anunoby's at 1.5. That is -183 to the over, so that's pretty significant. Josh Hart at 1.5. He's at -188 to the under. And then, let's see, Karl Anthony Towns, 1.5. And he is -152 to the under. I don't know. Could I see Karl Anthony Towns making 2 threes in this game? Stretching, I mean, maybe if like the plan is to take Wemby away from the basket, that could be an angle to look at. But I feel like if Jalen Brunson's going to score, I feel like he's got to hit threes. It seems like that's the game plan here, what should be the game plan going up against Victor Wembanyama. By the way, in his last game against the Bucks, Brunson 4 of 6 from three-point range. He was 3 of 7 against Cleveland. We know Cleveland has the tall bigs inside defensively. So this could be something to take a look at here. How, let's see, last time they played the Spurs, Wednesday, December 31st. Okay? Jalen Brunson had 29 points in a 134-132 loss. Victor Wembanyama had 13 rebounds in that game. In that game against Wemby, Jalen Brunson 5 of 12 from three-point range. Let that sink in. 5 of 12 from three-point range against the San Antonio Spurs and Victor Wembanyama earlier this season. That just goes to show you what Jalen Brunson's strategy was earlier this year going up against Wemby. Let's see. Last year, was there a game where they played Wemby? Let's see. Last year they played San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama did play, scored 42 points in that game. Knicks won 117-114. In that game, Jalen Brunson had only 20 points, 0 of 5 from three-point range. So he only shot 5 three-pointers, 0 of 5. He was 7 of 23 from the field. So clearly learned from that game, because the next time he played the Spurs, which was this year, he shot 12 three-pointers and made 5 of them. I think the best bet in this game is to go Jalen Brunson over 2.5 three-pointers made against the San Antonio Spurs. Here's the rest of the schedule for Sunday here in the NBA. You got the first game, as I mentioned, the Knicks and the Spurs. The Cavs are at the Nets. Cleveland should blow out the tanking Brooklyn Nets. Bucks are at the Bulls. You got the Timberwolves at the Nuggets. Could be a good game. Jokic might be fired up from the incident that occurred against the Thunder. Good performance here by the Nuggets. Denver, 2.5-point favorites here, coming off of that overtime loss against the Oklahoma City Thunder. So maybe you want to back Denver here at home, looking for a little boost, a little confidence boost here. Grizzlies are at the Pacers, Blazers at the Hawks, Pistons visit the Magic. Fun game there in the Eastern Conference. Sixers at the Celtics. It's a shame that no Joel Embiid in that game because he's hurt. He'll be out for like 3 games or so. Thunder at the Mavericks. Still no word on Cooper Flagg's availability for Dallas. Pelicans are at the Clippers, and the Kings and the Lakers. We mentioned that earlier. Hey, college hoop season is heating up. This is the best betting stretch of the year. Like literally, it's here. So right now, VSiN is offering our Hoops Mania special. You can get VSiN Pro access from now through May 1st for just $29.99. With VSiN Pro, you'll get daily best bets from VSiN hosts and guests, real-time DraftKings and Circa betting splits, AI-powered prop tools, and matchup analysis, plus 24/7 video and full show replays on the VSiN Watch app, and our March Mania betting guide, including team profiles for every tournament team, key trends for each round, expert bracket and futures strategies, and best bets from VSiN's top analysts. If you're betting the tournament, this is a must. Sign up today at vsin.com/subscribe. That's VSIN.com/subscribe.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-548-6839. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-548-6839. 800-548-6839. 800-548-6839.
There is no other college basketball betting analyst quite like him. His passion is unparalleled.
What is dedication?
I am the father of a 9-year-old little girl and a 6-year-old little boy. And I find fatherhood both relentlessly challenging and relentlessly rewarding. My daughter is biological and my son is adopted. I love them both so much. From the morning when you wake up to putting them to bed at night and every moment in between, it really is so special, and boy, is it exhausting. One thing that I fear about being a parent is the future for my children. I think a parent's job is to protect our children, but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings. But I'm also hopeful that the future holds a more inclusive and compassionate world for them.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi. Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time.
Fall and winter grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday 10 to 4 and Saturday 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane, they got gas.
You're listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world. Please stand by for a special presentation of Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
welcome you once again to the Goggin Ice Center here on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio, as Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network, is proud to bring you Canton Akron Jets hockey. And the Jets today, they make it to the semifinals of the 2026 Buckeye Cup. They get ready to take on a familiar foe in Team Ohio. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with Caitlin Mold, as we get ready for the semifinals of this 2026 Buckeye Cup. And it's going to be a two-parter. Across the hall from us on Ice Pad B, it is going to be the Miami Junior Redhawks taking on the Dayton Stealth. And of course, here, the Jets and T.O. will meet once again. Same four usual suspects in the finals last night. These teams will all play. And the late games last night is Miami. We get the 5-3 win over Team Ohio, and the Jets would shut out Dayton by a score of 3-0. Scores would come from Sebastian Dabb, unassisted. Tyler Benson, he would get the shorthanded goal. And Gage Weaver would fire one into the net from the point to give the Jets their 3-0 shutout. Connor Mold will stop 32 out of 32. He will get the win. Team Ohio coming in 21-14-2. Incidentally, the Jets 39-13-1. T.O. has scored 149 goals this year. They have given up 102 last night in what was a very exciting game from what I understand. The Junior Redhawks got the 5-3 win over T.O. And after the game, some unfortunate incidents I think will change the complexity of the bench for T.O. today, but we'll try to get some update on that as these teams will meet for the third time this season. Excuse me, this will be the fourth time this season. They met back on December 5th, where the Jets would get the 5-1 win over Team Ohio. Again on January 9th, right after the break, they would go to Lakewood and get the 3-2 win over Team Ohio. And then on January 24th, T.O. will return the favor on Jets Senior Night. T.O. would get the 3-1 win over the Jets at center ice in Canton. Team Ohio's coached by Jeff McCarthy, assisted by Tom DeRica, Jeff Tucholsky, and Mark Greer. Canton Akron Jets, as always, are coached by Sean Houston, assisted by John Evans, Mike Furlong, and Ethan Eberhardt. Just about a minute here before puck drop. We're going to step aside for a quick timeout. When we come back, it's the semifinals of the 2026 Buckeye Cup. It's the Jets and Team Ohio here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
You're listening to Canton Akron Jets hockey on the iMedia One Sports Network. Just moments away from puck drop here in the Goggin Ice Center, here on Pad A, the big arena, as it will be Connor Mold in the net to our left for the Canton Akron Jets, and to our right it will be Tommy Stewart, who will be the netminder for TO. Again, the second half of this happening across the way as Miami and Dayton will meet up again. Again, these are the four usual suspects that we anticipated would be here. No surprises, as Pryor, Black, Stagmeyer, LaChance, and Craven will take the ice initially for Canton Akron. For TO, it's going to be Jack Jadlos, Josh Gray. Try to get you some of the other numbers here. It'll be Gavin Drago as well out there for TO. He'll be joined by Nolan Gahn. From center ice, it is the semifinals of the 2026 Buckeye Cup, and we are just about underway here. And TO will win this one initially. Stagmeyer going to chase Jadlos into the defensive zone of TO. TO bringing out the center. Black through center. 2-on-1 developing. Has Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer can't get the redirect. It's going to go into the low right corner. And back out to the point. Craven going to keep it and takes a shot. And they're going to say offside, and I don't agree with that. That one right at the line. But nonetheless, we're going to pull this one just outside the TO zone. 16:43. Here, as we are just underway. Dave Ferris keeping an eye on us back in Youngstown. A chance to take the face-off for Canton Akron. They'll drop this one. Craven with it. He'll bang this one off the boards, get it deep into the TO zone behind Stewart. Low right corner. Black will come in. He'll try to pick it up. Black getting it out to the slot. Trying to feed it in over to LaChance. Couldn't connect on it. Black getting there. Pryor taking a second shot. It'll go off the boot of a TO player. Team Ohio now through center, finally trying to get out of the zone. They'll chip it deep into the Jets defensive zone. Stopped by Craven in the far left corner. He'll spin around to find it. Craven off the glass and out to Lucas Black at center. Feeding this one out to Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer trying to control it. He'll get it in the zone, but it'll hit in the low right corner. TO going to bank this one off the far boards out to Max Morrow. Morrow, the former Newark General, taking a shot from mid-ice into the glove of Tommy Stewart. He'll hold on to it. And the clock will stop at 15:59 to go here at first period, as we are just underway. Face off in the right circle to the left of Stewart. Mason Doris on the ice now. He'll take the draw for Canton Akron. Barbieri Amaro, the defenseman. Barbieri going to send this one into the far right corner, deep into the TO zone. Ethan Bell coming in nicely with it, looking for a feed there. Nobody in the slot. Finally had Doris, too late though. And a shot by Barbieri will go off the pad of Tommy Stewart and back out to center. Barbieri tried to hold the zone. Jets will have to vacate. Only had to wait for one player to get out. TO now trying to get out of the zone. Doris will pick it up at center. He'll pitchfork this one back. The TO in their own defensive zone. TO now through center. From the far side, Bell coming in, taking path away, puck loose. Right circle, headed towards Connor Mold. It'll be redirected on the near board. Ike Mueller there for TO. Duff trying to take a shot, and it's going to be Doris. Had some room to work, but he'll run out of space and time. Deacon Johnson backing him up. Weaver trying to keep it in the zone. Taken by TO. This one will head down to the right of the net and blocked in the direction of the far boards. Out to center, so pass up Deacon Johnson. Puck was tipped, no icing. They will bring it out on the far side, low right corner. TO banking this one off the boards. Max Morrow there. He'll chip it to the far side, where Weaver will glove this one down. Weaver pitchforking this one over as Ike Mueller will have it at center. Chavold, he'll take it. Trying to work the three black jerseys. Incidentally, TO, and they're all black with the orange numbers outlined in white. Canton Akron in their whites, with the blue shoulders, blue numbers outlined in light blue. Puck loose at center again. Balestrino banking this one off, trying to set up for Deacon Johnson. However, it's going to be Salima. It'll take it. Trying to send it into the zone. Tyler Benson, who's had an outstanding tournament here, takes it, and we'll work it into the low right corner. He'll wait for some help, and it'll be Sebastian Dabb getting in there. Shot from the right circle, stopped by Tommy Stewart. Stewart with a beautiful save with 14:06 left here. Face off in the right circle to the left of Stewart. Black will take it for Canton Akron. TO will win this one. They'll bank this one off the boards, out and down deep into the CAK zone. And we're going to get an icing. Weaver was behind it, but we will get an icing. We'll bring it all the way back to our right. Canton Akron moving left to right. TO right to left. Face off in the right circle again. LaChance taking this one, send it to the far side. Weaver trying to race, gone to it. Weaver will get to it first. He'll send it in the upper right corner. Tyler Benson trying to feed it in the slot. Gets it to Black. Black going to fan on the shot. And it's going to be Balestrino trying to keep it in. Black will send it deep again. Wide right of the cage. And up into the far right corner. Jets had to vacate. They're back right into the zone. And Pryor out at center. We'll put it back in the TO zone. Team Ohio working from the near side. Cole McCarthy trying to get it out. He'll lose it. Benson feeding it to LaChance. LaChance in the left circle takes a shot. It's going to be stopped under the trapper of Stewart. 13:22 to go here, first period. Shots on goal right now is up on the board, and I'll get the official numbers here. It's 4-0 in favor of the Jets. (4-1), I'm sorry. See, I told you I would get the official ones from Caitlin. Face off in the left circle. Dara's battling for it. It'll work from behind the net. Theo trying to work back and forth. Galvin trying to find an option. He'll get this one out to Epic. Epic out the center, but it'll be Pryor to break up the play. Nicely swinging around, trying to get it through center. Nobody there. And now it'll be Cole McCarthy with the puck. Harassed by Doris. Into the far right corner. Shot with Craven in front of him. Redirected back out the center. T.O. have to vacate. Galvin sending it to the far side. D to D. Epic there. Nicely he'll step in. Trying to pull it away. Still at the red line. And Canton Akron now sending this again into the T.O. zone. Rossi nicely there. Doris trying to trap McCarthy behind the net of Stewart. Deacon Johnson there trying to put the pressure on. They'll send it across ice. Nobody there for T.O. They'll get it back out to McCarthy. McCarthy fanned on the pass, but he was backed up nicely by Larson. Puck back out the center and shifted into the TO zone. 12:19 to go here. First period, no score. As we'll have an offside call coming up. Dave Ferris intently watching here on a Sunday morning from his lounge chair. No better job in the world. Salima and Dabb for the face-off. Left circle to the right of Stewart. From the left circle, trying to fight through that. And now T.O. on the rush. Right to left. Working towards Connor Mold, but Morrow going to poke this one off the stick and trap it up against the board. T.O. going to send it around the boards to the near side. And Canton Akron going to clear this one out to center. Johnson tried to feed it out to Dabb, but couldn't connect on it. Puck far side, right circle. Taking the shot. This one will go up into the netting. And we'll get a stoppage with 11:50 to go here. First period. No score. Jets with a 4-2 advantage in shots on net here early. As gone, Drago, Gray, McCarthy. McCarthy will go to the bench, Jadlos. And it will be Cooper McCarthy that will come out for T.O. Stagmeyer taking the face off for Canton Akron. They'll send it back. Morrow going to send this one around the boards to Benson. It'll pass up Benson. McCarthy had it for a moment. He'll send it D to D to the far side. He'll get this one to Gray. Right circle. Canton Akron sending it down ice. And LaChance with an opportunity here. Benson into the zone. Trying to set up, trying to time it up to get into the slot. Couldn't get there. Stagmeyer on the far side now, trying to hold his own. But T.O. going the other way. Morrow taking the path away. Barbieri now in the left circle. Trying to feed it in. And it's going to be stopped by Mold. Up into the far left corner. Stagmeyer headed the other way. He'll set it up for Tyler Benson. Benson into the zone. And he'll try to feed it across ice to Stagmeyer, but it's going to be taken away by Gone. He'll take a shot from the blue line, gloved by Connor Mold. He'll lay it down to play. Off the boards, around the head of the official, and out to center. Epic with the puck. He'll send it D to the far side. Tio with the shot from the red line. Mold will put it back down. He'll send this one around the board past Ethan Bell. And back out to center. Galvin with it. Chased down by Braden LaChance. And now Barbieri will have to chip this one out of the Jets' defensive zone. Past center ice. And again, Barbieri working into the zone from the blue line. Has Bell to his right. Couldn't get anything together to formulate a play. Low right corner. Puck battle now from behind the net. He'll send this one out to the far side. Larson trying to feed it. Bell keeping it in the zone. He'll work from the left circle, far side. And this puck will be airmailed all the way down, as we will have an icing call coming up against Team Ohio. 10:14 to go here, first period. No score. We are evened up on shots on net, 4-4. Although Canton Akron spent an inordinate amount of time in the TO zone. Doris to take the face off in the left circle to the right of Stewart. It'll be McCarthy. Cooper McCarthy around the near board. TO bringing it through center. Balestrino in the way. Doris trying to take the angle away. A backhanded shot coming from Colton Salima. Stopped by the Jets netminder and senior out of Poland Seminary High School. 10:02 to go here. First period as TO starts to pick up some momentum. They'll have the face-off in the left circle to the right of Connor Mold. This will be Salima taking the face-off for TO. He'll take this one against Mason Doris. He'll send this one out. McCarthy from the blue line. Takes a shot. Going to go off the boot of Ethan Bell. Sif going to clear it out of the zone. And Tio will return it. Where Braden LaChance will wait for it. He will send it up the boards off the stick of a teammate. And then Sif dropping it all the way to the Tio zone. Cole McCarthy waiting for it. He'll set up behind Stewart and send it out to the far side. Puck at center. Doris will send it back into the zone. Tio cleared it. Back out to Gage Weaver. Weaver banking this one off the boards. Into the TO zone. Team Ohio now using the boards, trying to get her, but Sebastian Dabb there. He'll work through Salima. Puck loose though, and Chavold will send this one deep back into the TO zone to the right of Stewart. He'll go D to D. Cooper McCarthy sending it right back to the far side. Salima with it now coming through center. Tio on the near side. Craven in the way, and we're going to get a whistle. And offside coming up. Salima came into the zone, but it looked like Nolan Gahn got in there just a little bit too early, and we will have the face-off in front of the Jets bench just outside the CAK defensive zone. 9:09 to go here, first period. Lucas Black will take the face-off. Josh Gray will take it for Tio. He'll drop it back to Pryor. Pryor feeding Craven on the far side. Craven going to bank this one off the glass over the head of a TO player and into the Team Ohio zone. McCarthy from the right circle in front of Stewart. Will send it to the far side. He'll go D to D. Stagmeyer with the interception, though, will send it right back into the low right corner. Black backhanding it to Benson. Tried to get there, but Gray was there to break up the play. Pryor now chasing it down the near board. He'll turn around, backhand this one. And Gahn taking a shot from the left circle. Craven will clear it and get it out to Lucas Black. 3-on-2 now, coming into the zone. Black on the near board. Working in from the right circle. Tried to feed it in the slot. Tried to get it to Stagmeyer. Couldn't connect on it. And Morrow will collect it in the neutral zone. He'll send it right back down there. Blocker side save from Stewart. As nicely Bell and Sif hit the ice. T.O. coming into the Jet zone. Shot from the right circle. Covered up by Mold. 8:11 to go here. First period. No score. Dan Sif to take the face off. He'll face Metzger on this one in the right circle to the left of Mold. Nicely. Barbieri and Epic. Crowd in front of Mold. They'll send it to the near side. Bell getting to it. Try to feed it out to Nicely. Rossi Nicely with two black jerseys in front of him in the zone. Tried to take a shot. It's going to go off the shin guard of a TO player. Nicely trying to swing back around to send it around behind Stewart. Far right corner there, puck loose. And T.O. trying to collect it from the left circle. Bell had an opportunity to take a shot, but ran in to Grayson Metzger. And from the point, Morrow trying to keep it in the zone. Chavold poking it away. T.O. though picking up. This will be McCarthy Going D to D to the near side. Wyatt Dilley coming off the bench. He'll try to get to Epic. Epic will have the puck knocked off his stick. Out to the point. Shot from T.O. This will go off a Jet stick and into the netting. And the clock will stop with 7:21 to go here. First period. No score. As Jadlo Salima, Ruff, McCarthy, and Eichmuller will go to the ice for T.O. Morrow, Johnson, Chavold, Dilley, and Barbieri, the 5 for Canton Akron. Defensive zone draw for the Jets. Deacon Johnson will take a shot off the faceoff. It'll go to the left side, covered up by Mold. 7:17 to go here, first period. Face off again in same location. Puck loose out here. Jadlow swinging around, takes a shot, didn't get all of it. Canton Akron sending it around the boards past Eichmuller. Eichmuller actually going to send it back. Barbieri going to collide with Salima. And the puck out to center as McCarthy will have to chase it down. Will this be icing coming up? No icing. As they'll work it from the far right corner. Back out to center. CAK sending this one deep. That'll be Morrow. T.O. will recover it. They'll try to send it right back out to center. Barbieri getting to the red line. He'll work into the zone from the right circle. Takes a shot. Glove save by Tommy Stewart. 6:40 to go here, first frame. Stagmeyer, Black, Weaver, Balestrino, and LaChance for Canton Akron. Face off in the right circle to the left of Stewart. 6:40 to go here, first period. T.O. will win this one. He'll try to get it out of his zone. Balestrino keep it in. He'll dump it into the right circle. And Black will try to chase it to the far right corner. He'll try to beat Tanner Duffy to it. Weaver tried to keep it in. And it's going to be taken away as Balestrino, though, will break up the play. And from the left circles, from the left side, Gone had it. Will send it deep. And CAK trying to clear it out of the zone. He'll clear it out to center. But it'll be Cole McCarthy from the far side, chased down by Black. He'll send it around the boards to the low left corner. Balestrino there. Stagmeyer going to get to it first, though. He'll set this one up to the far side. Black going to feed LaChance. LaChance into the zone. He'll have 3 black jerseys in front of him. From the left circle, takes a shot. Pad saved by Tommy Stewart. Puck still loose. They'll play it out to the far right corner. Gone. Sending it out here. Weaver with an opportunity, takes a shot wide right as Balestrino will come to the near side to keep it in. He'll send it behind the net of Stewart. LaChance feeding it back out to Weaver. Weaver holding the zone. Tried to send it down, and it was picked up. And tried to set up Gone on a pass, but it will head all the way down. Balestrino will have time and space to look around. Out to the far side. Was looking for Braden LaChance. The T.O. player sneaking it. Was trying to sneak in there. That was Metzger. LaChance through center. Chipping it down low. T.O. will chase it down into the zone, and icing coming up against Canton Akron. 5:18 to go here, first period. Semifinals of the 2026 Buckeye Cup. Craven, Bell, Doris, Pryor. And nicely on the ice for Canton Akron. Defensive zone draw for the Jets. Pryor working around from the back of the net. Forced out by Metzger. Puck coming around the far side. Nicely chipping it down into the zone. It'll work to the left of the net. The blocker side of Tommy Stewart as they'll work around the other side now. Low right corner. Nicely trying to win the battle. Tries to feed it in the slot there. Puck still loose. Working in front of the net. Bell getting to it. He'll backhand it, but the only one that's going to be there is Metzger. He'll clear it out for T.O. Send it out the center. Taken by Pryor. Off the boot of Epic. Craven trying to take away the angle, and he'll get there just in time to clear it out as this one will roll around the glass and out to center. Cooper McCarthy sending it down into the face of Connor Mold. Craven going to play it from the goal line. He'll send it across the ice to get it out to Chavold. Off the stick of Chavold. He'll bounce to Jack Pryor, and he'll be surrounded by 2 black jerseys and sent out in front of the Jet zone. Whelan trying to send it low. CAK trying to clear it out. On the near board. Dab trying to clear it out. Couldn't get all the way. Eichmuller from the left circle, taking the shot. Pad saved by Mold. Craven going to sweep it away as the puck sat there for just a second. And now it's Deacon Johnson into the zone. He'll have Chavold to his left. Tries to take the shot, and it'll go off the body of Jadlos. Far right corner, they'll battle for it. Chavold coming in there, the sophomore out of Jackson High School. Left circle. Dab with the backhand, and it's going to go in! Sebastian Dab breaks the ice. It's a 1-0 lead for Canton Akron. 3:47 to go here, first period. And Dab, who was under the weather on Friday, makes a nice move to put that one in. Didn't get a number on the assist, as we'll come back to center. Benson Black, LaChance, Morrow, and Barbieri. Gray taking the face-off for Team Ohio. We'll chase this one back as Galvin will chase it down and send it to the far side to Cooper. Actually, it'll make it all the way over to Ruff. Shot back to the right of the net. Galvin trying to send it out. This time he'll get it out to center. It'll be Gray. Gray into the zone. Excuse me, that'll be Jadlos. 22, not 23. And now Black pulling it out of the pile. Morrow from the far side. Chipping it all the way down around. It'll pass up Tommy Stewart. Go off of his stick, and it'll be held up as McCarthy will get there. Tyler Benson for CAK right there as well. And they will poke at it furiously as Tio tried to get it out of the zone. Morrow, though, going to take a knee, keep it in, had it redirected, and was backed up by LaChance. Barbieri, though, grabbing it from center. He'll send it down towards Stewart. As Galvin tries to find an option here, sending it back out to the red line, and Tio now into the zone. Working from the right side of Connor Mold. Gone. Trying to find an option. High slot now from the blue line. Sends it to the left circle. Jack Barbieri right there. Trying to swing around, shot by T.O. And it's going to settle down in the far left corner. LaChance banking this one off the glass. It'll pass up everybody and head down the length of the ice. 2:26 to go here. First period, Jets with a 1-0 lead. They'll pull this one all the way back into the Jet zone. Defensive zone draw for the Jets. This will be in the right circle to the left of Mold. Black on the faceoff. They'll send it out to the far point. Teal with the shot. Wide left. Epic was there. Couldn't get to it. Sif, though, trying to clear it out. He'll send it to the far side. Rossi Nicely, the only one there. He'll get there just before Jadlos and poke it back into the T.O. defensive zone. From the left circle, Nicely had an opportunity. Couldn't hold on to it. Weaver, though, will come up and hold on to it. He'll bank this one off the glass and send it behind the net of Stewart. McCarthy from behind, harassed by Doris. Puck loose. Deacon Johnson with a chance, and a great defensive play by T.O. A stop by Stewart, and Jack Jadlos saving the opportunity for T.O. Deacon Johnson looked like his eyes were going to be as big as quarters. The face-off will come in the T.O. defensive zone. Dab in the circle to the right of Stewart. 1:54 to go here, first period. Far right corner, down to the near side. Head out the center. Balestrino, though, going to send it down to the right of Stewart. He'll tap it with a stick, keep it in the low right corner. Back out near the point. Dab there. And T.O. through center. Gone, had it for a moment. It'll be back checked by Deacon Johnson. He'll gather it back up from the right circle. Try to get a shot off pad save. Secondary shot is snagged by Connor Mold. Glove save. As Gavin Drago took the shot. Mold tracking it beautifully. And the clock will stop with 1:27 to go here, first period. You can throw out records and stats. These two teams well evenly matched. As Salima will take the face-off in the left circle for Team Ohio. Back out past the blue line. He will have to chase it down. Tyler Benson right there putting on some pressure. And a tripping call coming up against Tyler Benson and Canton Akron. We'll go to the penalty kill for the first time today. 1:20 left here in the first period. Dave Ferris keeping us updated. On the other ice, it is Dayton with a 2-1 lead over Miami currently. Didn't see the initial call where it was 1-1, but Tyler Benson headed to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Craven, Stagmeyer, LaChance, Pryor. They'll be the PK unit. Left corner. From the high slot. Takes a shot. Stopped by Mold. Swept away to the far side. Pryor going to get to it and clear this one off the glass as it'll head down to Stewart. Stewart will send it out to play for McCarthy. McCarthy on the far side. He's going to have Salima to his left. He'll feed it to Metzger. Metzger into the jet zone from the left circle. Craven and Stagmeyer taking the path away. McCarthy from the near point, feeding into the low circle to the right of Connor Mold. Craven stepping in, going to poke it off the stick, and went up in the air. Craven going to pat it down with his glove. Salima working from the low corner. LaChance there, out to the Epic. Epic to McCarthy at the point, back into the low circle. Salima there, now Metzger getting to it. Craven going to push him off the puck. Near point, McCarthy taking a shot. Pad save, Craven there, covered up by Mold. And Metzger taking a few extra swipes in there just to make sure. And the clock will stop at 33.7 seconds left. In the first frame, Jets lead by a score of 1-0. However, T.O. on the man advantage. As LaChance will head to the bench. He'll be replaced by Lucas Black, the senior out of West Branch High School. He and Metzger taking the face off. This one will head out to center past McCarthy. That'll buy some time here. There'll be 1:08 left on the man advantage for T.O. Ethan Bell putting on pressure. Galvin sending it over to Epic. Epic tried to meet up with Salima. He'll go to the far left corner. Craven right there, though. He'll get it away from Metzger as well. Bell right there. Craven on the perimeter. And we're going to have a penalty coming up against Team Ohio as Metzger is going to head to the box. Interference is going to be the call. 8.7 seconds left here in the first period. 49 seconds left on the penalty to Tyler Benson. And now Grayson Metzger will head to the box for interference. So it'll be 4-on-4 for the next 49 seconds. And then Canton Akron will go to the power play for 1:11. However, only 8.7 seconds left here first period as Black enters the zone. Or enters the circle, sorry, to take the face off. They'll tie it up against the near board. LaChance trying to find a shot before the clock expires. And that will bring us to the end of the first period here in Oxford. After one, the Canton Akron Jets take a 1-0 lead over Team Ohio. We'll step aside for a timeout. You are listening to Canton Akron Jets hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
You're listening to Canton Akron Jets hockey on the iMedia One Sports Network.
We'll flip sides of the ice. Tommy Stewart will head to the net to our left. Connor Mold to our right. On the other ice, Dayton with a 2-1 lead over Miami. Dayton's second goal came with 0.9 seconds left on a power play. Thank you, Dave. All right, LaChance and Drago for the faceoff here. Second period action coming up from Oxford, Ohio. 1-0 is your score. We are 4-on-4 for the next 35 seconds. As T.O. will send this one D to the far side. 30 seconds left on the penalty to Tyler Benson. Drago into the jet zone. Feeds it to the far side. Left circle, takes a shot. And it's going to go off of a CAK player, where Morrow now will drift back. He'll try to eat some of this time up. 18 seconds left. He'll feed it back out the center, down to LaChance. LaChance into the zone from the far side. Tries to take a shot. Going to go off the body of Gone. Puck loose in front of Stewart. Almost went in. Black back out to the point. 5 seconds left on the penalty to Benson. Benson itching to get out of the box. And Simon Chavold will let him out. It's 5-on-4 now for the next. Minute 7 seconds. Jets on the man advantage. A chance in the near side with the feed. Morrow is trying to take the shot. Going to go over the right shoulder of Stewart. He'll try to clear it out. Kept it nicely at the far point. LaChance. Now at the near point. He'll go back to the far side. Barbieri dropping around the boards. Black right there. Black feeding it to LaChance, who's in the low left corner. It'll pass him up. No problem, though. Morrow will be there. Morrow will take a bump from the back. LaChance will back him up. Low right corner. Benson from the left circle. Fans on the first shot. Gets a second one off. But it'll go across the face of Stewart. Upper left corner now. Black spinning around, getting it to LaChance. Taking their time. 21 seconds left on the Jets power play. Morrow with the attempt. He'll take the shot. And it's going to be redirected behind the net. Kind of an odd moment there, as there's 5 seconds left on the power play. Cooper McCarthy fighting for it in the low left corner, trying to take on Benson. And LaChance reaching there, almost had it. Gone, though, going to go the other way with it. We're back to 5-on-5 as Black will swing around, send this one deep into the TO zone. And it'll be set up by Nicholas Galvin. Nick Galvin trying to send it out. They'll get it out off the near board. Out to Salima. Salima into the Jet zone, near side, trying to work past Morrow. Morrow going to tie him up, though. 14:41 left here in the second period. Just underway here, second frame. Jets with a 1-0 lead. Barbieri banking this one off the boards through center, and it'll pass up Cooper McCarthy, and this one will go the length of the ice. Icing coming up against there, and after an argument by the Jets bench, they will bring it out to center. Metzger and Doris for the draw. Bell taking a bump. He'll go down. Ran into Cooper McCarthy. And back out to center. Metzger trying to clear it out of the TO zone. And he'll send it down where Don Balestrino will be the closest one to it. Balestrino, the sophomore, out of Mineral Ridge High School, the Ram. Sending into low right corner, feeding into the slot, stopped by Connor Mold, and a rebound shot's going to go in. Metzger's going to get it for Team Ohio. 14:10 to go here, second period. We are tied up at 1. Grayson Metzger tying this one up. Raymond Epic will get the credit for the assist. Johnson, Chavold, Dilly, Pryor, Craven. On the ice for Canton Akron. Gray taking the face off for Team Ohio. Gone will have it. He'll drip this one back in his own defensive zone. Duffy trying to get it through center. Dilly there to hold it, though. Gone. Feeding out to center. Craven going to sweep it back out to center where Cole McCarthy will drop it deep into the Jet zone. Craven in the low right corner. He'll bring it back the other way. Banking this one off the glass. Pass. Cooper McCarthy will drift back into his own defensive zone to set this up. Chased down by Deacon Johnson. Back out to the far side. And Jets keeping this one in the TO zone. Pryor. Backhanding this one to Johnson. Deacon Johnson sending it in the low left corner. Tanner Duffy going to be the first one to it. Back out to the blue line where Pryor will have to chase it down. Packed up by Craven. Craven trying to get the pass off. Intercepted. Gone, though. Have it from the left circle. He'll take a backhanded shot. Stopped by Connor Mold. And the clock will stop with 13:16 to go. Second period. One is your score. Metzger and LaChance to take the face-off in the left circle to the right of Mold. McCarthy, Jadlos, Larson. All out on the ice for Team Ohio. They'll sweep this one to the far right corner. Contact down there. Puck still loose. Left circle. And Metzger had it for a moment, and it'll be swept out of the zone by Barbieri, but then returned into the Jet zone, out to the near side. Jadlos will handle it as he drifts backwards and get it out to Metzger. Metzger tried to feed it over to Larson. Larson didn't see it coming. He'll get to it. And backhanded as Barbieri will chase this one down. He'll try to get to it before Epic. Puck will drift towards Mold, but swept away by Barbieri. And LaChance into the zone now. He'll drop this one behind Stewart. Stewart tried to reach around and grab, but he'll head around the boards where Stagmeyer will get to it. However, he'll be outnumbered. But somehow the puck redirected. Back down as Jadlos had it for a moment. Went to center around the boards, fanned on that pass, though. Back out to center, Epic. Sending it D to the far side. Metzger there. Barbieri in his face. That'll force him to push it all the way down into the Jet zone. And they'll get this one out past Stagmeyer. And with icing coming up against Canton Akron. 12:08 to go here. Second period. 1-1 is your score. Doris Weaver, Balestrino, Nicely, and Sif. They'll have the face-off in the left circle to the right of Mold. 12:08 to go here, second period. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy trying to take a shot. It'll go across the face of Mold in the lower right corner. Gavin sending it to the corner again here. Doris stepping in. Looking for the wraparound. Can't get to it. Mold will stop it. Doris banking this one off the glass just enough where McCarthy will pick it up in the zone. It'll be Salima sending it back. Dan Sif there, though. As McCarthy will try to send it back to Salima. Salima on the far side, nicely in front of him. Try to send it across ice. I believe he was looking for rough on that one. And now behind the net of Connor Mold. Mold hugging the right post. Puck loose. Working from right to left is Mold. Back out to the left circle. And a shot going off the stick of Nicely up into the netting. And the clock will stop with 11:17 to go here. Second period. Craven, Pryor, Johnson, Chavold, Dab. We'll go to the ice for Canton Akron. Right. Draw from the right side here to the left of Mold. Gray will take it for T.O. Shot off the face-off by Gahn. And the puck will drift all the way back as looked like Duffy was trying to get to it. McCarthy will keep it in his own zone and try to bring it around to set something up. Back out to the far side. Craven in front. Trying to take the path away. Trying to feed it in the slot. Slow shot. Taken by Gahn and covered up by Connor Mold. Face off in the left circle again. To the right of Mold. Attempted shot from the circle. And back out into the TO zone. Dab waiting for the feed. Johnson taking a shot wide left. It'll head to the far side where Pryor will keep it in the zone. He'll hold it and send it down behind the net of Stewart. TO with possession. He'll bank this one off the board. Gahn through center. Craven in front of him. Dab behind him. And Gahn trying to work to the inside. And couldn't get the shot off. And a backhanded shot will go right into the chest of Connor Mold. An odd stop, but nonetheless a save. 10:24 to go here, second period. We are tied up at 1. And we'll get a whistle immediately. We'll do it again from the left circle. Lucas Black taking a face-off for Canton Akron. In the upper right corner, Barbieri there. He'll be Harassed by Metzger. Metzger sending it out. And Benson trying to backhand it. He'll get this one out to Black. Black getting into the zone. He'll have Stagmeyer with him. 2-on-2. Doesn't have full control of the puck. He'll lose this one, and Larson will send it out. Now as Epic will take a shot, but he'll be back checked by Barbieri. And the puck loose now. Barbieri banking this one off the boards. Jets with possession. Down through center. Will pass up Stagmeyer. And now recovered by Galvin. Contact down behind the net. We're going to have a penalty coming up. And I believe Stagmeyer is going to head to the box. And we have a TO player down. See if we can get a call from our official. We're trying to pick up something from the bench. But it's going to be Braden LaChance headed to the box. Or I'm sorry, LaChance headed over to talk to the officials. Lucas Black. Well, Black, the alternate captain. He'll go over and talk to the referees. 2 referees, 2 linesmen here. Stagmeyer will head to the box. Simon Chavold will greet him. So some conversation going on over the far side. Stagmeyer headed back to the CAK bench. And at this point, I have no idea what the officials are doing. .9:43 left here, second period. Lucas Black is going to the box. And Canton Akron will go to the penalty kill. And this one is going to be serious. Wyatt Dilley will head over there. Is this going to be a 2-10? Or 2-5 as the case may be. Trying to catch some chatter from down on the bench. John Evans talking to the referee. Stagmeyer trying to state his case. We're saying head contact for Lucas Black. Craven LaChance, Stagmeyer, and Benson will head to the ice. So Wyatt Dilley serving, I believe, the 2-minute portion of this penalty. And we'll have the face-off in the right circle to the left of Mold. Salima taking the face-off for T.O. Swept out to the far side. Pryor sending it around the boards. Tried to get it to LaChance. It'll drift out to McCarthy at center. McCarthy sent it to the far side. So off the boot of a teammate. And it'll be Epic into the zone. Craven in front of him. Right circle. He'll hold up. Craven stepping in front. Epic swinging around. Get it out to Jadlos. Jadlos taking a shot. Pad saved by Mold. No rebound. Cooper McCarthy from his far side. Gets to Jadlos. Jadlos taking a shot. Another save by Mold. Rebound shot's going to go behind the net. 9:09 left here. Second period. 1:24 left on the penalty. Being served by Wyatt Dilley. Lucas Black. Will be done probably for the rest of this period. And a save by Connor Mold. We'll stop the clock with 9:03 to go. Gray gone. McCarthy, Drago, and Duffy will go to the ice for T.O. Craven, Stagmeyer, Benson. Well, Stagmeyer will come off. Ethan Bell will replace him. Chance will step into the circle. He'll take the face-off for Canton Akron. T.O. on the man advantage. So we get some kind of whistle. A chance sending it back. It'll be Duffy. Sending it to the far side. McCarthy walking the blue line. Sending it to the left circle. Shot off there. Rebound. redirect, as Ethan Bell will send this one down to Stewart. Stewart setting it up for Cole McCarthy. McCarthy along the red line. Bell in front of him. T.O. through center. Out to the far side. Pryor going to get to him quickly, though. On working to the far side. Gray in front of the net. He and Craven battling. And LaChance going to swing around and send this one down the length of the ice. 42 seconds left on the penalty being served by Wyatt Dilley. McCarthy from the far side. Sending it across ice. He'll feed it to Gaughan. Gaughan tried to get into the zone. Back check by LaChance. Gaughan will hold on to it, and we're going to have an offside call coming up. .8:12 to go here. Second period. 1-1 is your score. Epic got into the zone just a little bit early. And we'll have the draw just outside the Jets' defensive zone. Salima for Team Ohio. They'll send this one back. Benson doing a good job on the faceoff, sending it back to McCarthy. 23 seconds left on the man advantage for T.O. Salima out to the far side with the puck. He'll be rubbed off for a moment by Bell, but recover from the far side. Cooper McCarthy now feeding it down into the left circle. It'll go off the blocker side of Mold and up into the netting. 7:52 to go. Second period, 9 seconds left on the T.O. power play. Benson stepping into the circle for Canton Akron. Metzger for the draw for Team Ohio. This one high up into the boards behind Connor Mold to his right. Puck drifting around and back out to the boards. McCarthy trying to get a shot off. It's going to go off the stick of a CAK player. Drifting out in front of Connor Mold and then swept away as we are back to 5-on-5. Wyatt Dilley chasing this one down. Jadlow sending it to the far side. Back through center, but intercepted by Benson. Benson taking the shot, and it's going to go off of the stick of Jadlos, as Salima will pick it up. He'll take a shot from the point, and a glove save by Tommy Stewart. 7:19 to go here, second period. 1-1 is your score. Lucas Black still in the box. However, we are 5-on-5. Balestrino, Weaver, Benson, LaChance, and Stagmeyer. Gray, Drago gone. I believe that's going to be Duffy out for Team Ohio. LaChance taking this one against Gray. From the right circle, Stagmeyer swinging around, trying to get it past Stewart. He'll be redirected behind the net. Benson feeding out to the circle, takes a shot, stopped. And Team Ohio sending it all the way down the length of the ice. And they're going to say no icing, as Gage Weaver will set it up behind Mold. They'll send it to the near side. Balestrino trying to get a good look, sends it along the boards. Duffy there, chased down by Benson. Back out to the far side. Gone with it, sending it deep into the Jet zone around the boards. Gray from the near side, try to get a shot off. Balestrino and LaChance there. Low right corner, Balestrino creating some time for Ethan Bell to get the puck. And it's going to be loosened up. And from the left circle, a secondary shot stopped by Mold. And Stagmeyer now through center with a nice move. He'll move around two TO players, takes a shot. Couldn't get it through a TO player, and LaChance from the near side. He'll lose the puck. Turnover is gone. We'll feed it to the far side. Weaver, one-on-one in the circle. Puck held up. Bell coming in. He'll hit Salima from behind. Near side now, no possession. T.O. will had it for a second, but it will drift out the center. Bell there, and now T.O. into the zone. Balestrino in front of him. Back check. Salima from the left circle. He'll lose it as well. And Braden LaChance through center. He'll be one-on-one with McCarthy. Try to get past the left circle. He'll lose it. And feed it in the slot. Nobody there. Salima, the only one there for Team Ohio. Out to the point. Craven going to keep it in. He'll try to drop this one deep in. Couldn't get all of it. Back out to center. Craven and Weaver headed back defensively. Mold will drop it for play. Dab through center from the far side. He'll run through a TO player, but the puck will come loose. McCarthy will have it. And Dilley will keep it on the near board. Dab trying to get there. McCarthy there. Dab the bigger of the two. He'll get the advantage. Metzger trying to play it off the far board. Metzger will go down. Puck loose out to the far point. They'll go D to D as McCarthy will take it down the near board. Deacon Johnson stepping in the way. Puck loose. And Craven will pick it up from behind the net. Pryor there, banking this one off the board. And past McCarthy. No icing as it will end up behind the net of Stewart. Deacon Johnson right there. It'll drift slowly over to the low left corner. Dilly there trying to feed it out. The dab. Had an opportunity for a shot. Didn't get all of it. And now Metzger through center will drop it down into the CAK zone. Pryor sending it around the boards. Deacon Johnson clearing it out. And McCarthy will pick it up from the neutral zone. Back into his own defensive zone. Send it out to the far side to Gray. Gray feeding Epic. Epic in the left circle. Will take a shot. It'll bounce awkwardly across the face of Mold into the low right corner. Jets now going the other way. Pryor trying to work his way past Gone. He'll dump this one deep into the zone. Morrow and Barbier and Doris will go to the ice for CAK. On the far side, Gone. Left circle, trying to get in and take a shot. Stopped by Mold, and the net will come off. And we'll get a stoppage with 3:50 to go here. Second period, 1-1 is your score. Right now, Lucas Black still in the box. However, we are 5-on-5. Defensive zone draw for the Jets coming up as they reset the net. Gray taking the face off for T.O. I'll finally get a drop here. Puck bouncing around, no possession. Sif getting it out of the Jet zone through center. And he'll dump this one down behind Stewart. Rossi nicely right there. Jadlos with it, trying to send it out to the slot. Sif trying to take the shot, hanging out in front of Stewart, is swept away. And now Gone through center. He'll have Drago behind him. Sif trying to take the angle away. And Gone will send it around the back of the net where Max Morrow will wait for it. Max Morrow will go down. No call on that. And the Jets trying to work it out there. Morrow from behind his own goal line to the far right corner. Airmailing it out the center. And it's going to go off the glove. Oh, no, they're going to say icing. With 3:04 to go here, second period. Stagmeyer, LaChance, Benson, Weaver, Balestrino. The next line out for Canton Akron. 3:04 to go here, second period. 1-1 is the score. I believe we'll have an ice cut between the second and third period as we'll have the face-off in the left circle to the right of Mold. Colton Salima taking it for Team Ohio. Take this one against LaChance. Weaver from the far right corner. Trying to clear it out. Trying to get it to Benson, the only one close to it. Balestrino going to sweep it away from the net and up into the safety netting. As the clock will stop with just under 3 minutes to play here, Craven and Pryor will come out defensively. Stagmeyer, Benson, LaChance, Craven, Pryor. Metzger in the circle for Team Ohio. Defensive zone draw for the Jets. Stagmeyer will take the face-off. 2:53 to go here, second period. And an attempted shot, or second shot, stopped by Mold. Chaos in front of the net. And we'll get a whistle as it's covered up by the Jets netminder. Dilly, Chavold, and Dab will replace the three forwards for Canton Akron. Defensive zone draw in the right circle. Metzger taking the shot off the face-off. It'll go wide right of the cage. Out to the far side. Metzger getting right back over there as well. Dilly trying to poke it out of the zone. Kept in now. Dab poking it out. And Pryor had it for a moment. He tried to get rid of it. Craven's going to get tripped up, and we're going to get a call. It looks like the Jets are going to go to the power play. Delayed penalty. Now as Dilly comes into the zone, He's by himself. He'll hold up. Mold headed to the bench. Out to Craven. Craven taking a sweeping shot, and it's going to go wide left. I don't know if Stewart saw it, but he'll get the save. Dilly from the far side. Gap taking the shot from the blue line. Redirected, and T.O. will touch up. And Canton Akron will go to the power play. 2:04 to go here, second period. 1-1 is your score. Metzger headed to the box, his second penalty of the day. LaChance, Benson, Stagmeyer, Pryor, Craven will be your power play unit. Offensive zone draw for the Jets in the left circle. Gray, Drago, McCarthy, and Jadlos. The PK unit for Team Ohio. Stagmeyer in the circle. Craven from the circle takes a shot into the glove of Tommy Stewart. .202 to go here, second period. 1:58 on the man advantage for Canton Akron. Craven again, taking the shot. Loose in front of the net and covered up by Stewart. Still loose, no whistle, and now we'll get the whistle as bodies start to pile up in front of the net. Gone and Epic will come to the ice. They'll replace Drago and Gray. 1:55 to go here, second period. 1-1 is your score. Stagmeyer with the drop. Craven dropping it back to the near point. Back to the far side. LaChance taking a shot. Couldn't get the redirect. Pryor reaching in, send it low down to Stagmeyer. Stagmeyer to Benson. Benson takes a shot off the chest. Craven coming in for a rebound. Fanned on it. Pryor taking a no-look shot and almost went in. Stagmeyer working from behind the net. Back out. Right circle. Shot. Wide right of the cage. Craven. Setting it back up for Pryor. Pryor back to Craven. Craven send it to the far side to Braden LaChance. LaChance out to Pryor. Pryor taking the shot. Wide left of the cage. Stagmeyer will reset. On the far side, Pryor again. He'll take the shot. He'll go across the face of Stewart. LaChance keeping it in. He'll work along the blue line. Back behind the net. Benson trying to feed it into the slot. Epic will have it, and he'll clear it just as far as the penalty box. And now set down by McCarthy in the TO zone. Back out the center as Epic. Now from the right circle. Trying to get the shot off. And Morrow in the low right corner with it. 35 seconds left on the power play for Canton Akron. 37 seconds left in the second period. Braden LaChance into the zone, and too early here. I think Benson was anticipating he was going to have more control of the puck. And the clock will stop. 32.9 seconds left. 29 seconds left on the penalty. To Grayson Metzger. 1-1 is your score. Pretty much the game that we had expected. And Sebastian Dabb will take this one against Gray. And Akron will win this one cleanly. Rossi Nyson trying to take the shot. It'll go off the boot of a TO player and head back out to center. Jack Barbieri, the closest one to it. He'll have Morrow behind him. Gray trying to find the angle. Dabb from the right circle. Taking the sharp angle shot. It's going to be off the blocker side of Stewart. Taking the shot, looking for the redirect. It'll go off a Dabb. And we're going to get a whistle as I believe the net came off. 2 seconds left on the Jets power play. 6.4 seconds left here, second period. McCarthy, Salima, Gray. Actually, both McCarthys on the ice now, 8 and 9. Salima taking the face off. It'll head towards Stewart, swept away by McCarthy. Back out to Barbieri. Barbieri taking the shot. It'll just end up in the lower left corner, and that will bring us to the end of the second period. When we start the third period, we'll be back to 5-on-5 as both teams head to the locker room tied at 1. We're going to step aside for a timeout. You are listening to the 2026 Buckeye Cup here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com. Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
The stations that are always ahead of the game.
Western Reserve Radio.
Western Reserve Radio 2 and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
You're listening to Canton Akron Jets hockey on the iMedia One Sports Network. Intermission here between the second and third period. Both teams go to the locker room. They are tied up at 1. Scoring would go like this. It would be Sebastian Dabb with 3:47 left in the first period. It would bury it for Canton Akron. They would take a 1-0 lead. 14:10 remaining in the second period. Grayson Metzger would get the TO goal with the help from Ray Epic. And penalties, the story of the second period is Lucas Black will be called for head contact. He would head to the box for a 2-10. The 2-minute serve by Wyatt Dilley. Metzger with 2 penalties himself for interference and tripping. And nothing accomplished after 2. However, I am told across the way in the other half of this semifinal game that Dayton and Miami are tied at 3. And that at the end of the second period. Phantoms fall last night by a score of 5-3 in Green Bay. They will head home next weekend for a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday series. Those games 7:05, 7:05, and 6:05 respectively. Great seats still available. Call 330-747-PUCK, 747-7825. And if you can't be there down at the Covelli Center in downtown Youngstown, you can always catch all the action right here on Western Reserve Radio with the voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack, and engineer extraordinaire Dave Ferris. We'll step aside for another timeout when we come back. We'll have third period action here at the 2026 Buckeye Cup. Jets and TO all tied up at 1 here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Watch this. let's face it. What a time to be making a hockey show.
Nice. Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped.
Let them know what they're in for here.
Here we are.
I'm scared of you guys. I'm scared of you.
What keeps you motivated?
I think winning. I don't really know any different.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Discount Power Sports LLC is continuing to grow. They offer ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, electric bicycles, while offering off-road power sport repair services. Located at 758 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to the newly renovated Village Tavern. Discount Power Sports LLC also offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. Discount Power Sports LLC. Find them online at discountpowersports.biz. Discount Power Sports LLC, where value meets adventure.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
Best source for everything hockey is here. The NHL app is your place to get every highlight from every game.
McDavid, to the net, score!
Off the ice player content you won't find anywhere else.
You guys have a helmet I can throw on for this?
The most NHL edge stats and advanced analytics and ways to catch up on the game how you want, when you want. When it comes to following the NHL, don't settle for anything else. Hockey is better on the NHL app.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today. Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com.
Think back to the beginning. That first game. That first jersey. That first moment when you knew you'd found your place. What you wear today started with a feeling. A feeling that changed everything. NHL Shop, a Fanatics experience.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras.
Youngstown.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you
can prevent wildfires.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone, let's all stop what we're doing and take a moment. You see, every moment can be kind of special. But they can be loud moments, goofy moments, dorky moments, it doesn't matter. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRDB, The Scourge.
You're listening to Canton Akron Jets hockey on the iMedia One Sports Network. Back here as we get ready for third period action. Canton Akron Jets and Team Ohio tied up at 1. Sebastian Dabb accounting for the goal for CAK. Grayson Metzger adding the point for Team Ohio. Over on the B-pad, just across the hallway here, last report, Dayton and Miami. We're tied up at 3. A battle going on there. Dayton been there before, Miami as well. Actually, all 4 of these teams with sustained success here in recent years. And this is, of course, the game we would have expected, as we are locked at 1. Black, Craven, LaChance, Stagmeyer, Benson, Connor Mold will head into the net to our left. Tommy Stewart, the netminder for TO, will take the net to our right. And we will have a fresh 17 minutes up on the board as we play the final period of this semifinal. Dave Ferris keeping us updated in Youngstown on the Miami-Dayton game. There's a chance. He'll take the face-off. He'll take this one against Grayson Metzger. Get this third period started. Canton Akron will win this one prior. We'll send it down deep. McCarthy will send it across the ice out to the board. Craven will hold it up at center. He'll airmail this one down, and T.O. Looked like McCarthy's coming off the ice with an injury to his right arm, but it didn't look like there was any contact down there as T.O. will try to get into the Jet zone. Connor Mold will cover this one up, and we'll get a clock stoppage, just 26 seconds into the third period. Odd there is. Cooper McCarthy went to the bench, dropped his stick, was holding on to his right arm, but very far behind the play. Maybe just pulled a muscle, who knows? Mason Doris taking the draw. In the right circle to the left of Connor Mold. The officials over there talking to the TO coaching staff. All right, we'll try this again. T.O. with a shot off the circle and a glove save by Mold. 3 seconds ticking off the clock there. And we'll do it again. Gray with the face-off for T.O. He'll face Mason Doris. Doris using his body step, and this one will drift out. And it'll be directed by Galvin down behind Mold, and then out to center as Cole McCarthy will chase this one down. He'll have nicely behind him. They go D to the far side. Puck still loose, kept in by Bell. Bell trying to get a shot off nicely there. Puck going back and forth. It'll drift out to the red line with Pryor. We'll bank this one off the boards, off a TO player, and down to Stewart, who will cover it up. Ethan Bell was right there. And the clock will stop with 16:03 to go. Third period. Ike Mueller, Salima, Ruff, Jadlos, and Cooper McCarthy back out. So whatever was wrong with McCarthy, he seems to have shaken that off. Deacon Johnson for the faceoff, shot off the circle, swept away by Stewart. Back out to the far side. T.O. trying to get it out of the zone, kept in by the Jets. Trying to get a shot off. And Chavold, he'll take the shot, stopped by Stewart. That hesitation in the shot by Chavold kind of slowed Stewart down for a second. He recovered nicely, got to the puck, and the clock will stop with 15:51 to go in the game. Face off in the left circle to the right of Stewart. Deacon Johnson again. He'll use his body, block this one out, and McCarthy will bank this one off the glass and out to center. Morrow will send it deep. Actually, send it right on net to Stewart, who will hold on to it. Right circle face-off coming here. Jets offensive zone draw is Braden LaChance will step in. He'll have Black behind him. Barbieri behind him as well. T.O. will win this one. They'll bank this one off the glass. High in the air and put down. Attempted to be put down. And we're going to have a whistle here. Offside as Epic was drifting back into the defensive zone. He was anticipating that puck. It was going to be held, or was going to be brought into the zone, but bounced around a little bit. And we'll have to draw just outside the Jets' defensive zone. LaChance and Metzger. As a hush comes over the crowd here. Official dropping this one. Morrow from his own defensive zone, off the glass, high out to center. Black on the ice after serving a 2-10. We'll send it to the far side. Morrow drifting back into his own defensive zone. Banking us off the board. He'll get it off the stick of LaChance. And up into the netting, we'll get a stoppage, 15-16. Left here, third period. 1-1 is your score. And we'll have the draw on the dot to the far side, just outside of the Jets' defensive zone. Metzger and LaChance for the face-off. T.O. going to win this one. Metzger going to drop it down. However, Morrow right there, banking this one off the glass. It'll go high and won't get anywhere. LaChance feeding it out to Black. Black trying to get to it. Tommy Stewart going to come out and play it. He'll send it gently out to center. Morrow, though, will hold on to it. Try to send it deep. He fanned on the pass. He'll get it to LaChance. LaChance taking the shot. It's going to go off a T.O. player. Sharp angle shot by Black will go across the face of Stewart. And out to the far side. Epic now coming through center. He'll have to retreat back in his own defensive zone. Set up. Got McCarthy in front of him. Black putting pressure on. Send it out to the far side. McCarthy there. Morrow coming in, though. Holding on to it and kept in the zone. Epic right there. Johnny on the spot. Here's this puck. Will head all the way down ice. And we're going to get an icing coming up against Team Ohio. 14:28 to go here, third period. Tied at 1. Offensive zone draw for the Jets. Sif, Dars, Balestrino, nicely. Weaver on the ice for Canton Akron. Dars in the circle. Dars with a few practice pokes there. He'll get away with that one. Nicely to the near side. He'll reverse directions and be tied up by 2 black jerseys, backed up by Dars. He'll get out to the point. Sif trying to drop it down the boards. Balestrino trying to hold the point. Duffy going to lose his stick under the body of Rossi nicely. Balestrino taking the shot, and it's going to go off a TO player. He'll clear it out to center. However, Gage Weaver there to return it into the upper right corner. McCarthy getting it out, and it'll be Dan Sif trying to reverse it back around, but It'll drift out to Balestrino in his own defensive zone. Don Balestrino out the center. A little too much on the pass. Sipto will have it. Backhanded into the TO zone. Duffy will try to get to it. Chavold there as well. Duffy sending it around to the near side. Nobody there for CAK. Eichmueller had it. And now Dab coming off the bench had it. Ruff will pick it up. He'll feed it to Salima. Salima taking a shot. And we're going to get a whistle offside coming up against TO. Ruff was deep in the Jet zone before that puck made it across. Sebastian Dab to take the face off. McCarthy out of center. He'll go D to D. Send it to the far side to Gavin. From around the low left corner. T.O. trying to keep it in. Ruff trying to palm it down. Back out the center. T.O. will have to vacate the zone. McCarthy sending it out to Eichmueller. Eichmueller to the far side. Takes a shot off the body of Connor Mold. Ruff sending it back behind the goal line from the near side to the far side. As Dab will come in, Craven will back him up. They'll both lose the puck. Salim will go down, and Craven's going to head to the box for tripping. .12:58 to go here, third period. Team Ohio will go to the power play. Tied up at 1. Goals at a premium right now. Black, Pryor, LaChance, Barbieri. The PK unit. Face off to the left of Connor Mold. Barbieri trying to clear it out. He'll bank this one off the board, and it will head down the length of the ice. Down to Stewart. Black coming in to put some pressure on. He'll try to tie it up as Cooper McCarthy will get to it first. Back check by Black. Salima will have it at center. Metzger into the zone now. High slot. Working from the left circle. Takes a shot off the top of the glove of Mold over the net and into the far left corner. Pryor trying to get it out of the zone. He'll clear it out. It'll go off the stick of Salima and head down towards Stewart. LaChance right behind him. LaChance will have to retreat. 1:25 left on the power play for Team Ohio. Salima with the puck. LaChance is going to steal it. He'll take the shot, and it's going to be redirected into the far right corner. Salima now feeding it out the center. Team Ohio into the zone. McCarthy from the near point. Feeding it to Salima. He poked off his stick by Pryor. It'll buy us some time. Salima will go down. Barbieri will get there and try to send it out. It'll creep just outside of the Jet zone. And McCarthy will reset the TO power play. Actually going to set it down in the boot of Pryor. And a high sticking going to be the call against Metzger. We'll reset this one. Oh, he held on to the puck. You can't do that. I've checked the rule book. That's illegal. All right, 11:50 to go here, third period. 1-1 is your score. Stagmeyer taking the face-off against Josh Gray. Just outside the Jet zone. Stagmeyer using his body. Try to sweep this one out. Finally will send it all the way down behind Tommy Stewart. Stewart going to step out and set it up. Tyler Benson right there, though. And Benson going to backhand this one as McCarthy will have to reorganize the Team Ohio power play. 30 seconds left on the man advantage. Drago with it. He'll lose the puck and swept down ice by Tyler Benson. Benson, a big key this weekend for this CAK offense. Back out the center. Benson stepping in here. However, going to be kept. And now Barbieri stepped in, sent it back down with 9 seconds left on the penalty. Craven trying to get a signal to see where they want him to go. And T.O. through center around Benson. From the left circle. Can't get a shot off. Puck taken away by Barbieri. Craven free. This one headed all the way down to the bench. And the freshly released Craven will head to the bench. Sif, Bell, Doris, Balestrino, Weaver on the ice as we get an icing against Canton Akron. 10:46 to go here. Third period. 1-1 is your score. Mason Doris stepping into the circle. He'll take the face off against Colton Salima. Defensive zone draw for the Jets. McCarthy will get to it. He'll keep it in the zone. Send it to the far side. Balestrino trying to get to it. Puck swept across the face of Connor Mold. And Bell pushing it out the center. McCarthy will get to it first for T.O. Back out the center. Doris trying to bank this one off the board. Sif coming in for the support. Salima thought he had it. Bell with an opportunity. He'll get the shot off, and it's going to be a secondary shot. Still loose, covered up by Stewart. And the clock will stop with 10:20 to go, third period. If you have not taken your heart medicine today, I suggest you do it. Back and forth here in a 1-1 game. Sebastian Dabb will step into the circle. Offensive zone draw for the Jets. Deacon Johnson trying to take a shot. It'll go off the stick high in the air. Won't make it to the netting. Dilly going to force it behind Stewart. Give it to Dabb. Dabb taking a hit but doesn't go down. He's a big body. Balestrino gloving this one down. Trying to keep it into the zone. And Jets will have to vacate the zone for a moment. As T.O. will send this one down ice, and we'll get icing coming up against Team Ohio. Under 10 minutes to play here in the game. 1-1 is your score. Stagmeyer, LaChance, Benson, Craven, and Pryor. The next line out for Canton Akron. Duffy, Metzger, Epic. I believe that's a number 12. I don't have a number 12 on a roster, but from the left circle, shot pad saved by Stewart. Kept in by LaChance, working from the far board. Stagmeyer into the circle, turnover. As the TO offense moves forward, he'll get a shot off. An easy stop by Connor Mold, the senior. Face off to come into the right circle. Defensive zone draw for the Jets. Stagmeyer stepping in there. Stagmeyer, not the tallest one, but strong body on these face-offs. Is now the chance will bring it around the net to the near side. Try to get it out the center. Tried to lob it, but Jadlos and McCarthy the only ones close to it. Benson following him in. And now Metzger from the near side. Couldn't gather it up. Craven coming in. Tried to swipe it away. And it'll head down behind Connor Mold. Pryor sending in the upper left corner. Rossi nicely there. He'll be in front of him to lead the way. Back out the center. And sent down deep by Gone into the Jet zone. Craven with a little bit of time and space now. Out to the far circle. And it takes a shot. And it's going to go off the post. No rebound shot swept away by Braden LaChance. LaChance feeding it out the center. Off the stick of Gone. And from the right circle, he'll take a shot and a glove save by Connor Mold. 8:53 to go here, third period. 1-1 is your score. Scoreboard showing shots on goal, 30 for Team Ohio, 22 for CAK. How close are we to that? We're going to go somewhat close. All right. Out to the near point, Bell. Through center ice. He'll get into the TO zone. He'll have Doris behind him. Try to take the shot. Going to go off the leg of Cooper McCarthy. Low right side now. TO with the turnover. Doris, though, right there. Trying to hold it up. Nicely taking a bump from the back. He went down, got right back up. Back out to center now for TO. Gone. He'll get it deep down behind the goal line, low left corner. Team Ohio looking for an option. It'll go behind the net of Connor Mold. Out to the far side, into the slot, swept away by Doris. T.O. with the shot from the point, directed off the pad of Connor Mold, near side. CAK trying to get it out past, no icing. They're saying it went off the stick of McCarthy. Galvin from the far side, sweeping it out the center, and Dilly going to dump it deep into the TO zone. Chavold going to get there first. 7:49 to go here, third period. Dabb from the left circle, tries to take the shot. He'll trip up his own player in Wyatt Dilly. Kept in by Morrow momentarily. Sent back out the center to the far side. Chavold there defensively. TO back the other way with it though. CAK back the other way. Dabb in the zone, takes a shot off the pad of Tommy Stewart. Into the slot, looking for the feed. Dilly didn't see it, and they're going to try it again from behind the goal line. Wyatt Dilly using his body there. Dabb coming in to break it up. Puck loose here. Weaver taking the shot into the chest. Rebound shot. Couldn't be made by CAK. And now back all the way down the length of the ice. Icing coming up against Team Ohio. T.O. wanted a change anyway, so it's 7:09 to go here, third period. We have a 1-1 tie. Black, Stagmeyer, Benson, Weaver, and Balestrino. On the ice for Canton Akron. Black taking the face-off in the left circle. He'll take this one against Metzger. And a shot off the face-off by Stagmeyer. Like it was like a shotgun. Feet in the slot. Nobody there. Kept into the zone. This one banked off the glass and down across the goal line for icing. 6:56 to go here. Third period. Jets and Team Ohio tied up at 1. Last we heard, Miami and Dayton tied up at 3. Icing coming up against T.O. here as we'll bring this one back all the way to our right. T.O. working right to left. Canton Akron working left to right. Epic, Metzger, Slima, Jadlos, and McCarthy out on for Team Ohio. Benson, Stagmeyer, Black, Balestrino, and Weaver out for Canton Akron. Puck loose and around the net. Trying to find somewhere in the slide. It'll head out to the point. Balestrino going D to D. Tried to get it to Weaver. Weaver had to come up and push it back down deep. Tyler Benson right there into the slot looking for Stagmeyer. It'll ricochet. Black looking for the backhand. And this one will bounce around in front of Stewart and out to the far right corner. Metzger will sweep it out just outside the TO zone. Shot on net by Weaver from the neutral zone. Will be stopped by Stewart, and he'll put it down for play. Metzger sending it across ice, intercepted by Weaver. Turnover in the neutral zone, however, couldn't gather it up, and he'll have to battle for it. Epic stepping in for Team Ohio. Salima going to check this one all the way down behind Connor Mold. Mold setting it up, and he will play this one back out to center. He'll get it out to Benson. Benson went to take the shot, have it knocked off his stick, and it'll be gone, headed the other way. Doris trying to take the angle away. And Mason Doris doing the job defensively. Pryor now will come out with it on the far side. Passing up nicely. McCarthy at center. He'll have Duffy to his left. Send this one down into the Jet zone where Weaver will have a moment to take a look. Pryor back out the center. It'll be a turnover in the neutral zone though. Gone with the shot off the stick of Weaver into the netting. And the clock will stop with 5:26 to go here. Third period. Craven Siff nicely Pryor. I believe that's going to be Tyler Benson. Let's see the number taking the face off here. It'll be Metzger for T.O. That'll be Doris taking it for Canton Akron. Metzger from the far side under pressure. Craven and nicely right there. That'll tie him up. Nicely trying to pull it out of the bunch. Locked up now in the upper left corner to the left of Mold. Puck finally loose. Siff looking for an option. Trying to bank it off the glass. And nicely works around a TO player. Back out to center. McCarthy will drift back in his own defensive zone. He'll go D to D. Siff making it to the other side now. Loose is Doris. Will swing around. Get this one out to Siff. Dan Siff, the sophomore. Out to Dilly. Dilly into the TO zone. Takes a shot off the blocker of Stewart into the upper right corner. Doris there to try to gather up. Craven going to keep it in the zone. Takes a shot. Another blocker side saved by Stewart. And T.O. will send this one down. Now he won't make it all the way. Craven dumping it into the T.O. zone. Past McCarthy and behind Stewart. Chavold there. Metzger trying to sweep around. Didn't get all of it, but it'll make it back out to the red line. Pryor taking a shot. It'll get past Galvin out in the far right corner. Dilly from the left corner takes a shot into the glove of Tommy Stewart. 4:16 to go here, third period. 1-1 is your score. With 5 minutes left, across the way here, Dayton and Miami are tied up at 3. 4:16 left here on this side, tied up at 1. Semifinals of the 2026 Buckeye Cup right here on Western Reserve Radio on the iMedia One Network app. Morrow from the point, takes a shot into the belly of Tommy Stewart. Stewart and Mold have been outstanding today. Stagmeyer for the draw in the left circle, offensive zone draw for the Jets. T.O. getting it out to center. And it's going to be a 2-on-1 developing here. Shot going to go wide left of the cage. Attempted by Nolan Gahn. Back the other way. T.O. feeding it back out to center. Stagmeyer there. Morrow, though, going to intercept it and get it back out to center. Ollie Stagmeyer feeding to Lucas Black. Black into the T.O. zone on the near side. High slot. Trying to get in there. Have it knocked off his stick, and now Drago will head the other way. He'll have Barbieri in front of him. He'll have to hold up at the line. And Gahn had it for a moment. Barbieri will redirect the puck, covered up by Connor Mold. 3:38 to go in the game. 1-1 is your score. Weaver, Balestrino, Dara, Sif, Bell. Out for CAK. Metzger in the circle. Doris for CAK. Go back Weaver out of the circle. Now Salima to his right. T.O. sending this one down along the boards. They'll bank this one outside and past McCarthy. Ethan Bell racing him to it. Bell going to get to it first, showing some speed, but McCarthy showing some skill. And we'll send this one all the way back down. And that will be icing coming up against Team Ohio. Just under 3.5 minutes to play here, third period. 1-1 is your score. Offensive zone draw for the Jets. Right circle, Doris and Metzger. T.O. win this one. They'll get it out of the zone. Weaver trying to take away the path from Salima on the far side. Salima in the upper left corner trying to feed it in the slot. Dan Sif redirecting it to Weaver. Weaver, a nice move now up the near boards. He'll have Dars to his left. Into the zone. Trying to feed somebody. Nobody there. Ethan Bell there. Sif now will retreat. Time to take away the path from Metzger. He'll take the puck. Actually, he'll pass up Metzger with a sharp angle shot. He'll go off the post. Really no danger there. Weaver through center now into the TO zone. Odd man rush. He'll chip this one down behind the net of Stewart. McCarthy going to pick it up. Deacon Johnson right there. Balestrino from the red line, sending it back into the TO zone. Team Ohio sending it down for Pryor, who will retreat into his own defensive zone. Balestrino from the far side. Banking this one off the glass. He'll get out to Deacon Johnson. Dab to his right. Sebastian Dab with the goal for Canton Akron. Back and forth here on neutral ice. As TO will step from their own zone. Out to Pryor. Jack Pryor going D to D to Craven. Craven trying to feed it to Chavold. Chavold going to pitchfork this one down deep into the TO zone. Deacon Johnson getting to it first. Feeding it to Sebastian Dab. Dab couldn't gather it up to get a shot off. Pryor from the high slot. Stepping in. Takes the shot. And it's going to go over the head of Tommy Stewart. Not by much. Kept in the zone by Chavold. Chavold's going to go down. And Dab from the left circle. Mold headed to the bench. Takes a shot. And it's going to go! The Jets score with 1:41 left in the game! 2-1 is your score. Canton Akron. Sebastian Dab with his second goal of the day. And the Jets take the 2-1 lead. .141 to go here in the game. Long way to go. Hopefully we'll get an update from across the way. Face off as LaChance will take it. 2:30 left in the other game between Miami and Dayton. And an icing coming up against Canton Akron. Craven, LaChance. And we're going to have a timeout. Team Ohio will take their timeout. We'll step aside for a break as well. You are listening to the 2026 Buckeye Cup here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio.
WRDB.
The Scourge.
You're listening to Canton Akron Jets hockey on the iMedia One Sports Network. Close one here, 1:36 to go in the game. Jets with a 2-1 lead. Sebastian Dabb bouncing back after whatever bug he had on Friday. I saw the meal he ate yesterday. I'm surprised. Defensive zone draw for the Jets. LaChance, Craven, Benson, Black, Pryor, Metzger in the circle for T.O. And this one's going to head down out to the neutral zone. Chased down by Salima. Salima one-on-one with Benson. McCarthy will pick it up. Had it just tipped a little bit by Benson. However, he'll gather it up. And Black back in. LaChance will send this one back out to center. Gone at center. He'll have to come back around. Far side. LaChance in front of him. Craven trying to take the path away. He'll chase him around there. Gone. Getting it back out to the point. McCarthy looking to get a shot off. Almost intercepted by Benson. Salima had it. But it's going to be LaChance headed the other way. Empty net. Score! Braden LaChance calls game. 1:02 left here. Third period. Jets with a 3-1 lead. And all of a sudden, the Jets have taken all the momentum. Miami and Dayton are headed to overtime. Braden LaChance, after missing the last 3 weeks, plays through an injury, and they'll leave that first line out again. Craven, Pryor, Black, LaChance, and Benson. Face-off at center. It'll be Epic taking it against LaChance. Mike Mueller trying to get into the zone, trying to work past Craven. Puck will come loose. They'll get it back out to the point, and they'll just keep it in, but now it'll be Black losing the puck. Drago had it for a moment. Black will get it just outside the zone. T.O. have to vacate. Epic now going to go D to McCarthy. McCarthy from the far side. Sending out to the boards, and it's going to get a little ugly on the far side as Lucas Black and Cole McCarthy are going to exchange some pleasantries. Black going to head to the bench. Craven going to come in and try to exercise a little diplomacy. He'll get a chest pat from the captain. And McCarthy is headed to the locker room. 36.2 seconds left here in this semifinal. Jets with a 3-1 lead. And it looks like they're going to have an opportunity to defend their title from last year. Now the question will be, who will be waiting for them? Dayton and Miami tied at 3 into overtime. And McCarthy actually going to come back from the locker room and head to the box. He will end his season on the bench. I'm sorry, that was Cooper McCarthy, not Cole. And we will have an offensive zone draw for the Jets. 36.2 to go. Back and forth between these two teams. Craven and Pryor out at the blue line. LaChance. Black will take the face-off. Craven will chip this one deep down behind Stewart. Black going to be held up, and a penalty coming up against T.O. And I think that was Nick Galvin, but honestly, probably a smart play. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The other McCarthy will head to the box now. Cole will join Cooper, as it will be 5-on-3 for the last 30 seconds. Johnson, Dabb, Chavold, Pryor, and Craven will try to close this one out. Two excellent semifinal games going on right now. As Chavold will step in, it'll get out to the point. Craven taking his time, back into the low area. Weaver trying to feed it across the Dab. Dab looking for his third goal of the day. Will take a shot. Will go off the body of a TO player. And out to the point. Pryor trying to eat up some time. 10 seconds left. Left circle. Shot. Swallowed up by Stewart. 6.9 to go. Jets 3. Team Ohio 1. Both McCarthy's in the box. And I know Canton Akron just itching to kill this clock as Sebastian Dab will step in against Ike Mueller. And that will bring us to the end of this one. After 3, the Jets head back to the state championship. The question is, who will wait for them here on the main rink as the Jets will have an opportunity to defend their state title. We will step aside for a timeout. When we come back, we'll get you some numbers and wrap it up here for this first half of the day. You are listening to Canton Akron Jets Hockey here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go. Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No. Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this. To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. Cool. Very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
You're listening to Canton Akron Jets Hockey on the iMedia One Sports Network. Back here one last time as we wrap up what now is just game one of the day for the Canton Akron Jets. Jets pull out the 3-1 win over Team Ohio. They take the series. And I'm getting an update from the other side, and it appears that the Dayton Stealth has upset the Miami Junior Redhawks in overtime. Dave Ferris feeding me the information. That would be a monumental upset. If that is indeed the case, indeed,
Miami lost.
Dayton gets the win. They will head to the championship game today. A rematch from last night. So the championship game is set. The Canton Akron Jets and the Dayton Stealth will play for the 2026 Buckeye Cup coming up at 2:30. Take a look at some of the numbers here as we get this wrapped up. Sebastian Dabb would start the scoring for Canton Akron. 3:47 left here, first period. It would be a 1-0 game. That would be until just 8 seconds will be left in the first period. Excuse me. That's incorrect. Second period with 14:10 left. Grayson Metzger would find the back of the net for T.O. He would get the helper from Ray Epic. It would be the third period, though, when Sebastian Dabb would break the tie with 1:41 left. 2-1 would be your score in favor of CAK. And with just 1:02 left in the game, Braden LaChance would put the nail in the coffin. For Team Ohio, he would get the empty net goal to give the Jets the 3-1 win. Shots on goal about as even as you can get without hitting the numbers. 37 taken by Connor Mold, 38 taken by Tommy Stewart. Stewart would stop 34 out of 37. Mold would stop 37 out of 38. Team Ohio 0 for 3 on the power play. Canton Akron would go 0 for 4. However, at the very end, it would be the Canton Akron Jets getting the 3-1 win. Championship game set for 2:30 today here on the main rink. The Canton Akron Jets will meet up with the Dayton Stealth again. This one to round out 2025-2026 season. And again, the Canton Akron Jets with the opportunity to defend their title from last year. We'll send out some notifications on the iMedia One Network app to keep you updated in terms of times, any changes, as we get ready for the big one here. Canton Akron, Dayton, 2:30 today here on the main rink. For Caleb Mold, I'm Jim Craven. Thanks for joining us here for this very exciting semifinal game. Your final, one last time. Canton Akron Jets, they get the 3-1 win over Team Ohio. They'll be back this afternoon to try to make it 2 in a row. We'll see you back here on Western Reserve Radio, all a part of the iMedia One Network.
We thank you for joining us for this special presentation of Western Reserve Radio. And we now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
The stations that are always ahead of the game.
Western Reserve Radio.
Western Reserve Radio 2 and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Pop culture on Follow the Money.
But if he's taking 12 a game, I want over 3.5 plus money every single time.
You got a top 5 offense, a ton of dudes, a lot of size, and the Clippers have just let go of the rope defensively.
They'll keep tabs on the big wins and bad beats from the night before. Plus, get you geared up for the action that's about to begin. Follow the Money, 4 p.m. Eastern, right here on VSiN, the sports betting network.
You're tuned in to the VSiN Weekend Morning Line.
All right, let's take a look at the grand old game of baseball. Yes, that's right. We'll get on our horse and go back to the 40s and talk about old Ross Hadmon or whatever the guy's name is. I'm sure I screwed that up, but, you know, I always the old-timey ways. When you watch games in Fenway Park, it's hard not to sit there and say everything in the 40s voice as for someone like me jammed into a seat that was made for someone that was really 5'10", 175 pounds back in 1911. But I digress. Let's take a look at the American League West here, Will, on the VSiN Weekend Morning Line. And in terms of the AL West, very competitive in terms of the divisional odds. The Mariners are at plus 110, the Astros at plus 215, the Rangers at plus 340. And from the Seattle end, let's kind of start there. They've had 5 straight seasons with 85 or more wins, 3 of them with exactly 90 wins, and they only have 2 playoff appearances, really because how the wild card bubble shook down. How do you see the Mariners following up what was almost a really special season for them?
Yeah, should have been in the World Series too. Up 2-0, going home for games 3, 4, and 5. Had a lead in game 7. Have one of the best closers in baseball. They let him, sit out there and rot. They brought in one of their, lesser relievers to give up the game-winning homer. It was just a bad job all the way around. You wonder if that has a lingering effect coming into this year, because it was such a devastating loss that usually doesn't happen in baseball, because over a long season, usually you snap out of it and the cream rises to the top. They've got a lot of pitching. I mean, they are loaded in the rotation, good bullpen. They're the rightful favorite. I don't see any value right there around even money, slight plus money. If I had to take a shot on anyone, it would be Texas at plus 340, just because you have DeGrom, Eovaldi, and now you add Mackenzie Gore, and they've got some young bats that, some of them were up and down last year. They struggled at times to score runs. But to me, that's where the value is, just because of that pitching and the potential of their offense. I think that's where the value is. To me, Houston, they continue to lose player after player. They lose Valdez. They lost Tucker a couple years ago. This is just not the same team as it was 5 or 6 years ago, when they were pretty much, going to the World Series or flirting with the World Series every single year. The A's will be fun. The A's are certainly going to be able to hit with Kurtz and Rooker. And you go down the line, Soderstrom and Jacob Wilson, that is a dynamic lineup, and playing those games in that small ballpark, they're going to score a lot of runs. I just worry they give up enough runs where they're not quite a threat. They're maybe a year away from being a playoff contender, and the Angels rounding out the bottom, just not going to be a factor in that division, but should be a fun division.
Hey, let me ask you about the total there for the Athletics. It was 75.5. I know they went 76 and 86 last year. Can they hit their way to just under a 500 season, but to put you over 75.5?
I would play over before I played the under, just because their offense is so good. If their pitching can just be not even okay, just slightly below okay, mid. Just below average. Yeah, just be mid. They'll be good. So I would go over. I want to root for them. To me, like odds to make the playoffs, which are, I think they're in the 4 or 5 to 1 range. If you wanted to take a shot and have a team where, if you have a favorite baseball team, or even if you don't, just a little side team to root for and watch every night. They're about as fun a team to watch, just because they score so many runs, and their games are going to be like, beer league softball games, some of them, where they either win or lose 11-9 a lot of times. But to me, they probably still a year away, but I don't mind taking a shot on the over 75.5.
Yeah, and then there's Houston, where the win total is at 86.5. Their divisional odds are now at plus 250, 10-1 to win the American League. So much in and so much out on that baseball team in Houston. Like, I think they will play to the level we think they are. But boy, that win total at 86.5. I feel like when I look at Houston, if everything goes right, they're probably an 87 or an 88 win team. Some say they're higher. I'm not so sure about that. But the Astros, to me, are kind of a tough team to figure out. Where do you land on Houston?
Would lean towards the under. I don't like underestimating them, because they always seem to do more with less, and they do have a good organization, and they've gotten past the trash can thing, and people realize, all right, they're a smart organization. They develop players. They develop pitching. I just don't know that they have the talent anymore, especially in that division, especially if you think Texas is going to be better, if you think the A's are going to be better. The Mariners still have great pitching. It's a zero-sum game. You can't play, and if you're playing a lot of these win totals, you can't have 5 overs in the same division. The math just doesn't work from that perspective. So I would lean towards under with Houston.
Yeah, the VSiN MLB guide is just loaded with all different kinds of stuff, including Seattle doing totals in the first 5, 93 and 81 last year. You mentioned the pitching that sets up, good starting pitching, or pitching ends up setting up pretty well in terms of those first 5 opportunities. Is there, this is crazy. Is there any chance the Angels at 70.5 on the win total are an overplay?
I mean, I guess there's always a chance. I wouldn't do it though. I wouldn't do it. The pitching is just, it's okay. You've got some decent arms in there, but I just, the fact that I'm higher on some of these other teams, and the fact that the A's are, you still have a lot of games with the A's, the Mariners, the Astros, the Rangers, it would be a lean towards the under there.
So let me ask you about Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, hit a ton of bombs for Seattle last year. And yet, even still, you look at MVP or a follow-up year from a guy like him. Any expectations for Cal Raleigh, given the season that he is coming off of? Like, I just think there's got to be natural regression in his numbers.
Yeah, for the most part, you bet these season-long player props, the value is usually on the under, because guys either underachieve or they get banged up for a few weeks, and those unders, and if people want to root for overs, they want to root for home runs and good things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The unders are usually the way to go. So Raleigh would be, Cal Raleigh would only be an under for me. I would agree. There's probably some regression coming, although, regression from 60 whatever home runs he hit last year, you can have regression and still have a hell of a year.
Well, and the thing is, the guy had really an MVP type season, and he doesn't turn around and win the MVP. So it sort of shakes your faith a little bit in that market, at least for me. Do people, basically, does Aaron Judge just have to show up and have an Aaron Judge type year? And has Aaron Judge now gotten to the that he's gotten to, hey, as long as this guy puts up the numbers, he's going to get it every year. Like, have we now, and I'm blanking on the guy from the Angels who used to win it every year. I want to say Tim Salmon, but it isn't. I don't know why that freaking guy's name is stuck in my head, but we know that in that MVP award, there are people who make up their mind at the beginning of the year. And as long as the player puts up the numbers, it's almost like, all right, I've checked my box from the beginning of the year. This is the guy that I expected the whole time.
I would say no. I would say it gets harder and harder to keep winning the award. Now, baseball, it's more, I would say it's less narrative than the other MVP awards. The MVP, it's like, oh, Allen hasn't won, let's give him an award, even though the stats are close with him and Lamar, things like that. I think the NBA and the NFL can be more narrative. Baseball, it's just so purely stats driven that last year was just hard not to give it to Judge when he's 100 points higher in OPS and some of these other things. The fact that Judge is getting older, though, and the fact that Judge has won it so many times, I think if it were close this year, they'd want to give it to somebody else. But I don't know that there's any value with Judge. You could say the same about Ohtani, too, where if Ohtani's going to have a modest year, and let's just say 30 homers, and he wins 12 games as a pitcher with a 3.5 ERA, 3.4 ERA, is there anybody that's going to be more valuable than a 30 home run hitter with 12 or 13 pitching wins? It's hard to see past Ohtani. It's still hard to see past Judge, but Judge, I think, is a little more vulnerable just because of his age, and he's a one-way player.
And the name I got hung up on was Mike Trout. Like, it feels like now Aaron Judge gets the Mike Trout treatment. If he hits 300 and he hits